Hi friends, and welcome to today's Tuesday travel vlog, where every Tuesday I post a video talking about the cool places that I've been and the fun things that I've done as I travel my way cross country in my RV. Before we continue, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and the bell icon so you can get notified of all of my videos. Today's Tuesday travel vlog comes to you from the capital of Texas, Austin. Originally founded in 1839, Austin started more as a cattle ranch area by Stephen F. Austin. Since then, it has become the 11th most populated city in the US and is experiencing massive growth. I was fortunate enough to be here during an ice storm. I know, who would think of an ice storm in Texas, but it does happen. And during my first few days in here, the ice shut down the entire city. I was staying at McKinley Falls State Park, where I was fortunate not to lose any power, but there was quite a few tree limbs that had come down, and it was very cold. So for the first couple of days, I didn't get to really experience much of Austin. By the third day, things started to open up, and I ventured my way downtown. Known mostly as the live music capital of the world, Austin has quite a bit to offer. Of course, one can't celebrate a city known for all of its live music without having some gigantic murals of Janis, Joplin, and Willie Nelson. Neither one of them were born in Austin, but they did spend quite a bit of time here, and I just had to get my picture taken with Janis Joplin. One of the things that Austin also has a very seedy history, like most cities, when it came to Prohibition. Back in the early 20s and 30s, when alcohol consumption was considered illegal, many speakeasies started to pop up, and there are still several that you can find. One of the most famous speakeasies, what is known as the Midnight Cowboy. Now, looking at it from across the street, you would not think anything of it. It is actually located here underneath the sign. When the sign is lit and it says vacancy, that is when you know the speakeasy is open. But you have to ring this doorbell in order to get in. Once you get in, it's a very fun little bar, quiet, or maybe it was just quiet because I was in the middle of an ice storm and there wasn't much going on. But the bartenders were really friendly and really great, and it's a really fun, neat place to visit to learn a little bit more about the speakeasy and prohibition era of Austin. And speaking of that era, one of the most famous hotels in Austin is known as the Driskill Hotel. Mr. Driskill, or known as Colonel Driskill, he was never actually in the Army, so that is a self-imposed title, wanted to build the fanciest hotel that you could find anywhere. So he built up this hotel to have all the greats people stay here, all the dignitaries, politicians, all that kind of thing. It does have the first Bank of Austin in its lobby, as well as several secret doors and hidden locations that were used during that Prohibition era. So when people were drinking at the hotel, should the police show up, many would exit through these secret doors so they can find their way back to their rooms and not get arrested in the police raid. Unfortunately, he did not live to see this hotel become successful. He lost quite a bit of money. But today it is one of the most beautiful hotels to stay at. It holds the Governor's Ball. The Governor's Ball is located in this room where I am currently standing. It's quite a beautiful hotel, has a lot of different artwork. You can take an art tour. It is open to anybody to just come in and you can just walk around and check out all the different rooms and the different art. Austin is also known to have the largest Capitol building. It is larger than the U.S. Capitol building by 17 feet, and it is open to the public. There are tours that you can take that last about a half an hour, or you can go on a self guided tour. The entire building and adjacent buildings are open to the public. You can walk anywhere, you can go anywhere you want. You can go into the House or the Senate chamber. There's a library. The grounds are beautiful and filled with lots of different statues. You can walk up to the top of the cupola and look down. Now, the prevailing theory is that at one point there also were tunnels or are tunnels. Also during the Prohibition time, when they would use these tunnels to leave the Capitol building area to go to a local hotel or bar or speakeasy, as it may be. Right now, they just have tunnels that connect the different buildings, so they say. But it is quite a beautiful building, and my favorite part of it all, believe it or not, are these door hinges. I really like them. I don't know why, but I thought they were really neat and took a picture of them. Austin also has a saying that is "Keep Austin Weird." This came out in 2000 during an interview about supporting local businesses. That's really what it was. They wanted to kind of shop local and keep Austin weird. Because of that, that has been embraced in many ways, and they do have a museum of the weird, which I did get to visit. This museum actually was quite fun, and it talks everywhere from creatures such as Sasquatch. It talks about the circus and the sideshow, what were once known as sideshow freaks. And there's even sections on the movies and how we keep them weird, including the actors such as Bela Lugosi and Vincent Price, who brought us Hollywood's weird. So a fun museum. Also notable, it's currently in the house that used to belong to Johnny Depp. Even more so on fun museums is this place called Wonderspaces. Now, this is more of an interactive art museum, not recommended for children, but this is where artists created installations that kind of engages the senses. They're 3D. You can enter some of them, you can enter into. There's this one that's an igloo made of mylar and plastic bags that you can enter for a meditative state. A lot of lighting designs. And my favorite, which is this color palette that just allowed me to dance and be expressive and paint while I did it. I absolutely loved this museum. Just a great time to be able to walk around and see some of these art installations. It's a very different kind of art museum. And of course, I couldn't leave Austin without visiting the Purr-fecto Cat Cafe. If you've never been to a cat cafe before, I highly recommend it. These are generally areas that you do pay to go in. This was about $15 for 30 minutes. You'd pay to go in, you play with the cats, maybe have a beverage. Cats are available for adoption. No, I didn't adopt one, but it certainly helped to fulfill having a little cat cuddle time. And these creatures are just so cute, and the staff there are super friendly. And I highly recommend visiting this location. The food in Austin has been interesting. Did have lunch at Mason's Lobster Rolls. Why would you think lobster roll would be a thing in the middle of a landlocked city? I don't know, but it is, and they were delicious. And the Clay Pot is a restaurant that's been around for about 30 years. It's an Indian fusion restaurant, and the food is absolutely amazing. The story also is that the sidewalks outside are raised, and they are raised because they capped off the ends of tunnels. The word is that the tunnels did connect to the Capitol building, which is about an 8 to 10 minute walk away. So lots of stories of tunnels, lots of stories of Prohibition in Austin. Unfortunately, due to the weather, I didn't get to see or experience as much of Austin as I would have liked. I did not get a chance to really see some of the live music that Austin is famous for, but I did get a great chance to be able to walk around, see the city, and experience keeping Austin weird. So thanks for traveling along with me. I always appreciate having you on the road. Be sure to watch all my videos, and I will see you next Tuesday.